Welcome. This is A Grim Life. Another video here for you. And this time we are here at Millersburg, Pennsylvania's Cherry Blossom Festival. This annual festival has been going on for 36 years. And I decided to take a little walk around while taking a break. In case any of you don't know, I am a firefighter with the Millersburg Fire Company, and there you see our engine. I decided to mute the sights and the sounds, not the sights obviously, but the sounds of the festival because there was just a bunch of people I ended up walking into and talking with, and just noise from my radio, which was getting kind of distracting, so I opted to go with just the video portion here, and then I'm going to add in some music, which you're probably already hearing, but as I record this voiceover here, I don't have any music playing yet. As we walk around here in the square, we will see all kinds of different vendors, vehicles, people. We have music throughout the day. Here we had a gentleman singing the song the Harrisburg Blues. Not sure who he was, I don't remember, as I was just quickly walking by. Tried to capture every little bit that I could. I didn't go down along the car show. You'll see here in a little bit I kind of got from the end of it looking out, but I didn't walk down. By the time I decided to walk down there, the car show had cleared out because there was threat of rain and storms again in the afternoon. This was just after a batch of rain had gone by, and after this it was pretty much dry the rest of the day. Ended up being a pretty decent day for things. So I'm going to quit jibber jabbering here and let you view everything that I see as I go along here. You'll see some people I know that I kind of focus the camera in on to kind of get them to mug a little bit, but other than that, it's just random folks as I walk along, vendors, food, all kinds of good stuff. Maybe next year I will try and do this without a radio on, but we'll see what happens from there. At the very end, I do have a drone flight footage that'll show an overhead view of the layout of things. This was a bit of a larger event this year with a lot more vendors, so it was kind of neat to see that. Wish it would have been a little sunnier, but it is what it is. So hope you enjoy. Like, share, and subscribe if you please. That helps this channel grow, and we hope to have more things like this pop up in the future. Fireworks is coming up July 3rd, so I will definitely be doing a video then of the fireworks. I don't know how well the actual fireworks will show up on this particular camera, but we might give it a try. But at the very least, I'll do another walk around, probably another drone flight of that event, and we'll see what that looks like. So hope you enjoy again, and thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. I will have another video coming up where we have the little groundbreaking ceremony here for the new Market Square Park renovations, gazebo renovations, and I'll put that up. That I won't have anything else other than just the groundbreaking ceremony. No commentary for me or anything like that. So be on the lookout for that probably pretty shortly after this video posts. So that's going to do it for me. Take care. Bye-bye.
Millersburg.